everyone and welcome to Lobajododaku, and today I'm talking about the PlayStation 5 and why you should wait before you buy it. Now this is not a fanboy style video, this is not PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X. A lot of the things that I'm going to say about the PlayStation 5 also apply to the Xbox Series X, but I'm just focused right now on the PlayStation 5. So please, before angry fanboys from either side start typing in the comment section below, go stroke your small dick complex somewhere else. This is again just about trying to give some small advice to people who are actually sane and want to buy a console. In this case they want to buy the PlayStation 5, but I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why you should wait before you buy it. Let's start it. First of all, there's no stock in stores right now, and only people who seem to have PlayStation 5s and even Xbox Series X are scalpers, and you don't want to buy from scalpers. You don't want scalping to be a thing, because while the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 are great deals at the price point that they are supposed to be sold, they're not a good deal at twice or three times the price like the scalpers are trying to sell them. And with that price you can buy a PC like that one behind me. It is a lot more powerful than the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Again, it is a great deal by the pricing, the original pricing, not by the scalpers pricing. And the only way to fight scalpers is not to buy from them. So if you didn't get a PlayStation 5 from the store, don't buy from scalpers, let them keep the stock, and sooner or later those scalpers are going to try to sell those consoles below the price that exists in normal stores. Why? Because in normal stores people have guarantees, not from scalpers. So again, don't buy it from scalpers right now. Another reason is when consoles launch, a lot of times there's a lot of problems, and sometimes it is just software issues, a lot of other times it's even hardware issues. And apparently the PlayStation 5, while it was well designed in some ways, in some other ways it apparently was not well designed, and this is causing some issues, like the RAM is overheating. Now, Gamer Nexus did a great video on this and showed us that the cooling system is well designed for some things, but then for the RAM it is just not well designed, and this is causing the RAM to run really hot. And right now it's not causing that much problems, but who knows, 6 months, 1 year down the line, what that can cause to the system. So maybe waiting 6 months to 1 year can actually give you an idea if the people that bought the console right now will have those problems, and if Sony will have to fix something in the hardware of future consoles to solve the problems that are occurring and it can occur down the line. So if you wait a couple of time, maybe you will see actually a new version. And when I'm not talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro, I'm talking about some small fixes on console that already exist with the same spec but just improved inside, better cooled components. That can happen. So waiting a little bit can give you a final version of the console that will be more stable and just work better than the current version. So again, it is all about patience, and sometimes just being the first person to buy something is actually a bad thing and will actually hurt you in the long term. What normally drives console sales is of course exclusives, and the PlayStation 5 is released with almost no exclusives in relation to the PlayStation 4. Except for Demon's Souls, you can play most games already in the PlayStation 4 and get a free upgrade later on to the PlayStation 5. So if you wait it out, let's say a year, you can maybe get the console in Black Friday with a great deal, either cheaper or with already some games, and in this 1 year period maybe all of these bugs and problems that the console is having will already be fixed. So waiting out just a single year with almost losing nothing in terms of exclusive titles, you can get a much better console and at a much better price. So why not, again, wait it out? While everybody wants to be one of the first person to have something new, a lot of times having that something new immediately is not the best deal, and you'll regret it later. And the final reason why I think you should wait to get a PlayStation 5, not the most important, but it's still a reason, is Sony's attitude. Because while Sony branded itself as the pro gamer console brand in the PlayStation 4, when the Xbox were doing all the DRM stuff and the used games and having the console more expensive and actually be of less quality, having to bring the Kinect, Sony actually took that opportunity and told you, we are not doing any of those shady stuff and we are going to be the pro consumer brand. But then they got really comfortable with being so big and just outselling the Xbox for so long that they started driving a little bit away from that and started censoring games, especially Japanese games, games with some sexy scenes, and they started censoring it, like people are not adults and they cannot choose the content that they consume, and that's actually not pro-consumer, not pro-gamer at all. Things like Devil May Cry 5 having butt censored in Europe and USA, something that makes no sense, and again it's an anti-consumer policy. Things like attacking gamers that didn't like The Last of Us 2 and lying in the marketing of The Last of Us 2 to gamers, that's really not pro-gamer, not pro-consumer. Just releasing a console that, even though it looks like it's a great console, it is, in spec-wise, less powerful than the Xbox Series X at the same price. Well, for example, last generation they released the most powerful console, but it was cheaper than the Xbox One. And all of these small things are again small things, but makes you wonder if keeping to just blindly, immediately buying things from Sony right now is a good idea when they are doing these small shady things that are a bit anti-consumer and anti-gamer. So maybe it's actually a good thing not to buy immediately and let Sony understand that maybe they need to still prove that they're still pro-gamer and pro-consumer. And that is my reasons why you should not buy PlayStation 5 right now. But again, I'm not telling you not to buy the PlayStation 5. I think PlayStation 5 looks like it's a great console. But there are some reasons why buying it immediately may end up disappointing you in the long term. So maybe you should, again, have a little bit of patience and waiting out. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I did in the PlayStation 4 era. I waited and I actually bought the PlayStation 4 Pro. And I didn't have to buy the PlayStation 4 normal and then the Pro version. And there's already rumors of a PlayStation 5 Pro, but for now those are only rumors. But I would not be surprised if in 2-3 years we see a PlayStation 5 Pro. But again, because I waited out, I ended up buying the PlayStation 4 Pro in the Black Friday sale and got the by 300 euros while the normal price was 400. And I think sometimes patience is something that we gamers don't have much of. But it's something that we need to develop because it only helps us. And that's my video. I hope it helps you all. Don't worry, those consoles are going to start being in stores again soon. Don't buy from Scalpers. That's the most important thing. Don't buy from Scalpers. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you guys next time.
Do it! Just